Hey YouTube, Rob here, Urban Survival Tactics. Today I'm going to show you how to make paracord zipper pulls that can go on all your packs, your Maxpedition packs, book bags. Women can put them on purses, you can put them on your coats, fleeces, anything that has a zipper, basically put them on it. First off, you're going to need something like paracord. This is OD green. You can use like a royal blue, you can use foliage green, you can use white, you can use desert sand, you can use coyote brown. So you got yourself some paracord. You need a good pair of shears. I prefer kitchen shears. Or you can use a knife with an extremely sharp blade. I recommend shears because you want a nice clean cut that you can melt easily. Second, you're going to need yourself a lighter. I recommend Bic. Holds a nice flame, takes a while to heat up. And I recommend a measuring tape. You don't need a measuring tape, but I recommend one. But back to my main segment here. You got your tape measurer. That's the last thing. Paracord, lighter, scissors, tape measurer. For the zipper pulls, I recommend a 2-foot piece. You want to keep your waist minimum if you're making a lot of them. You know, it's good to keep your waist at a minimum because those inches count as you keep cutting them off. So basically you want to take your measurer, measure out a 2-foot section, pinch it off with your fingers, and cut it. Go all the way to the back of the scissors because they're the sharpest and that's where the scissor blades meet up the best. You don't want to move your ends around when you cut them. It is very important to burn them. Not burn necessarily. I just hold the lighter on the white cords inside until they go down, and as soon as the outer casing and the inner casing melt together and turn clear, start to turn brown, that's when you know it's definitely sealed. If you move it around and you don't have the end sealed up yet, the outer shell tends to move down on you and you wind up wasting a lot of cord. You have to be careful when you're heating this too. I recommend just blowing on it really quick after you heat it up. Just make sure it's cool to the touch. Now you want to take your piece, fold it directly in half, flip it over so the loop is toward you, move up the cord about, we'll say 2 inches. You want to take it like this. It's just a single loop. Put one end over. Okay. So it looks like that. Just one end over the other. I just took this one and went straight over the top. Now you take your other loop and you want to go over that one, around the back, and through this loop that you made the first time. And I gotta do this off camera, but just grab this with your teeth and this one with your hand and just pull it nice and tight. And there you go, you have your start. It's hard to see, I have a glare from the camera there. Reposition here. Okay, I had to clear the video up a little bit. Okay, you see how that is right there. All I did was take the loop with the 2 straight up and I put it over the front like this and held it there, then switched hands, took this loop, brought it over like that and through the back loop and then just tied it, and it comes out like that. And that's basically the same exact way you would weave a paracord bracelet, and that's basically what we're doing here, except we're doing it on a micro scale rather than like an 8 or 9 inch. So from there You always want to pick which side you want to work on, you know. Each side is basically the same, but the opposite. But where your loop comes over, this one right here, this one goes straight across, this one comes down, that's where you want to do that same exact thing that you just did. You always want to follow your loop. You're over the front loop. So you take your paracord, put it straight across the front like that, then take your other side and just go over it and through that hole around the back, just like that, and then just pull it tight like that. And then I usually grab my loop because it's nice and taut now, it's not going to go anywhere, and just work out the kink, being that that's the end and it's tied on itself. And there you have it. There's your first complete zigzag section. Now you see your loop is on the opposite side, so you want to start from that side. Before, we started from over here and we just looped it across. This time the overhand loop is on this side, so you just want to take it, put it across, plain and simple, just lay it across the front, then take your opposite side, put it behind the piece, and back through the loop. And then just grab your ends and tie it nice and tight. And now you have the start of your next one. Now the knot is back on this side again. It'll make a bridge that goes all the way down. You just want to put your loop across because the knot's on that side. That's the side that you start the knot from. Over, behind, and through. And I'm going to do two more really quick. Back and forth, that's all it is. Back and forth. Me, I go for 4. I look for 4 bubbles on each side, and that's where I stop because I think it looks pretty good. I've seen ones that only have, like, you know, 2, but to me